IVM.
Being grateful, keeping a gratitude journal, not new concepts at all. Every podcaster in my space, almost every life positive influencer, speaker, coach, teacher has spoken about it. Then why am I talking about this on our special episode number 100? To be very honest, if I have to tell you just one thing that can change your life right away, that one tool, Brahmastra, if I have to say, then that is undoubtedly the attitude of gratitude for sure. If done in a correct manner, it can become your go-to tool for life. Let me show you how. Welcome to the 100th episode of the Absolutely Right podcast, the very first graphology-based podcast show in India. I am your host, Aditi Surana. I am a graphologist and a high-performance coach. As mentioned in the episode number 99, which was titled as 9 Things You Must Know About Yourself, today is the last episode of season 1 of our podcast, and also our last episode with the IVM network. I still remember our long brainstorming meetings in the IVM office with the founders Amit and Kavita. We struggled to think of ways to build a show on a visual concept like graphology or handwriting on a podcast platform. And a big thank you to everyone in the IVM team who has worked with us so far. I cannot go ahead without giving a big hug and big thank you to my closest friend Rashi Ganeriwal, without whose contribution this podcast wouldn't have existed. Her love, her trust, and her unwavering conviction on graphology and the work that we do is unbelievable. Thank you so much. I'll share all the details of how you can find us from next week onwards at the end of this episode. In any case, my website aditisurana.com will have all the required information for you to take a look at. So let's get to today's topic, today's conversation. If we all know that being grateful is a cool thing, then why do we forget to do that? I asked this question to people in multiple workshops and seminars, and here are a few reasons that I found. They said things like, I did it when I was dealing with a problem, but when the problem got solved, I forgot about it. Another commonly heard reason is I ran out of topics. It just became repetitive, boring, and inauthentic. But the actual, real, genuine reason that most people are unaware of is how powerful this tool is for you to change everything about your life. Before I say anything about gratitude journaling, let me give you my reason to count on it so much. It was early 2019. I was dealing with then undiagnosed PCOS for more than 12 months. I didn't have a stressful lifestyle, but the year 2018 made me feel anxious, worked up, cranky, and sad all the time. I kept feeling low and exhausted, and the so-called high-performance coach in me was not performing at her highest level whatsoever. I struggled to get up each morning, and as soon as I was up, the downward spiral took over. Though I knew I had some really fantastic, effective, mind-boggling mental efficiency tools at my disposal, I was just not able to access them. I felt like a hungry master chef who had the best of the ingredients in her fridge, but her fridge was locked. In Jan 2019, I met my younger sister Manjari over our regular breakfast date. She bought me a gift. She said, I know you're this fancy coach and all, but I can't see you like this anymore. Many years ago, you had gifted me a gratitude journal, and I think it is high time that you consider this. She handed me a leather-bound, aesthetically embossed journal made out of handmade papers. How about starting a gratitude journal now? She said. She had nailed it. She knows me so well. She knew that the way to my heart goes through pretty, exquisite, and irresistible journal and stationery of any sort. But I must say, the single tool of gratitude was my game changer. It changed my life by giving me access to my own self one more time. According to psychologist and gratitude researcher Robert Emmons, gratitude can have serious physical, psychological, and social benefits. Many scientific studies have shown that attitude of gratitude can help you physically by building stronger immune system. Does that mean we have to say less of go corona go? I don't know that. Reduced irritation by aches and pains, lower blood pressure, longer and more relaxed sleep. It can help you psychologically by more alert, alive, and awake mind. And socially, you feel like being more helpful, generous, and compassionate. more forgiving, and less lonely and isolated. After this explanation, I am reminded of Kareena Kapoor's character Geet from Jab We Met. Like her, I have to ask you only one question. आप convince हुए कि मैं और बोलूं? Now, without wasting time, let's dive into how you can make gratitude a part of your everyday life. Simple. The simplest, most effective, tangible, and reliable method to do this is daily gratitude journaling. That's it? Really? Is that so simple? Yes and no. This tool is simple but not necessarily easy. It's not in writing about gratitude, but feeling it. Yeah, genuinely, honestly feeling grateful every single day. Mechanically just writing things to fill the page is absolutely useless. So, here are the 5 points that you should keep in mind while doing gratitude journaling. Point number one, use handwritten journaling. Do you remember falling in love for the first time? With your dog, with a friend, with your cycle, with your pet? It didn't matter who or what you were in love with. You just wanted to be absorbed in that experience. You thought of that thing, that person, that pet all the time. Even now, as I'm saying all these things, you might be experiencing those memories all over again. I can imagine your smiles. Now, reliving, memorizing, or experiencing an emotion demands that you are involved with the process. You must pause and live that emotion completely. Gratitude also needs a breather. You need to experience that emotion completely. Take it from a graphologist, you cannot multitask while physically writing a thought. You can do that while typing, while probably memorizing, but not while physically writing it. And that's why handwritten journaling will ensure that you slow down and pay attention to the task at hand, which for now is feeling grateful. Point number two, be authentic. Do not mechanically repeat the same things that you should be grateful for over and over again. That's boring. Many people write list after list of all the things they should be grateful for. Oh, she's my mom. I must be grateful for her. Oh, I have food on my table. I should be grateful for this. Have you seen those kids in Africa? This should, must, mandated to kind of gratitude on a gunpoint has never worked for anyone. People say you should be grateful for everything. Please don't. Rather be ruthlessly honest. Promise yourself that you will write only those things that you feel genuinely, wholeheartedly, truly grateful for. Negotiate with each item on your list. Point number three, be specific. Now, this is really, really important. I conduct many workshops on journaling for my corporate clients. I've asked this question to every participant. I ask people to write 5 things that they're grateful for. And then we go through each item on the list and edit it at least 3 times by asking 2 specific questions over and over again. Firstly, are you genuinely grateful for this item on your list? And secondly, what exactly are you grateful for? When you get your real, specific emotions in this exercise, in this process of journaling, then the process becomes really effective. Let's do it together. Answer the following 3 questions as you listen to it. Okay? Question number 1. What are the 3 things you are truly grateful for? Think of any 3 things. You must be genuinely grateful for them. Be specific. Do you need a moment? Okay, let me give you an example. I am grateful for my work, which is my passion. I am grateful that we have completed 100 episodes of Absolutely Right podcast. I'm grateful that today in my yoga practice, I held my Chaturanga Dandasan for 5 seconds longer than yesterday. Question number 2. Which 3 human connections are you grateful for? These need not be a relationships. It need not be a spouse. Just human connections with anybody and everybody. Think of simple connections here. Do not make it complicated. When we are disappointed, angry, upset with our close ones, we simply cannot be grateful for them. So let's be honest about it. So do not force yourself, be ruthlessly honest, and only write those few things in your journal that you mean to write. For me, those 3 things would be today at Nature's Basket, their Google Pay wasn't working. A stranger offered to help me by letting me transfer money to her Google Pay account, and she paid cash on my behalf. That was really sweet of her. Second thing would be my mom, who inspires me every single day by merely being happy, jovial, and entertaining. Third would be our milk vendor Sudarshan. He's a young boy who works with his mother at the stall. He calls me Tai, which means elder sister in Marathi. He looks forward to seeing me every morning, and he has the broadest smile when he wishes me good morning. That's a great start to my day, too. Question number 3. Lastly, pick at least one small thing that you're grateful for. A pen, a diary, your car, your favorite scarf, anything would do. Any small thing that brings smile to your face. I picked the fallen flowers from a beautiful temper flower tree next to my house. Today I'm grateful for that calming tree. So be specific, bring all your senses in your journaling practice. Be completely involved and experience the gratitude in your mind and in your body. Point number 4. Add a graphotherapy stroke to your journaling. It takes only 7 minutes to complete one A5 size diary page of flow of thoughts to your practice. Are you wondering what is flow of thoughts? What is graphotherapy? Let me tell you. As handwriting can depict your personality, a repetitive handwriting stroke practice can have a reverse impact. Have you heard of Zen doodling, Zentangle? Similarly, graphotherapy works by calming your mind and programming it in a different way. In fact, I'm commissioned to write a book on this topic. I hope you get to read it in next 5 to 6 months. You can find all the details about this S stroke or flow of thought stroke on my Instagram page or my YouTube channel, both by name Aditi Surana. I vouch for the stroke practice. In fact, during the lockdown, more than 1,300 people used this stroke to deal with their anxiety in our anti-anxiety journaling workshop. So many stressors are innate and unidentified. This stroke allows your mind and body to relax at a deeper level. Give it a shot. Point number 5. Show up every single day. Gratitude is an attitude, and you cannot build any attitude by sporadically doing something. You got to build a reliable platform for your mind to count on this mechanism in the moment of crisis. It won't happen suddenly. Remember this. Gratitude and judgment cannot coexist. Gratitude and hate cannot coexist. And thankfully, gratitude and doubt cannot coexist. When you train your mind to count on your blessings, you are more attuned to life. So follow this process. Simply write all these 3 specific questions. Before you respond to them, do the S-stroke practice for the entire page and then come back and write your responses to all 3 questions. This technique, I call it grapho journaling. Use the graphotherapy and see how effective it is for you to really, really connect with yourself. Okay, so I cannot end this episode without thanking you for being a crucial part of this memorable journey for me. Thank you so much for giving graphology and me a chance to present this whole topic in a newer light altogether. I know so many listeners who either didn't know of or didn't believe in graphology, but they were open to experiment and try something new to change their life. So thank you so much. I am really, genuinely grateful for all your messages, love, support, and trust in the whole process. I hope our paths cross someday and I get to see you and speak with you in person. And then if you would like to know more about personality people's signature, then you can join me on my graphology masterclass. Our new batches start on first Saturday of every month. If you want me to analyze your handwriting or work with you as your high performance coach, you can find all the details on our website. Next week onwards, you will continue to find us on all major podcasting platforms barring IVM, on my YouTube channel, Aditi Surana, and my website, aditisurana.com. So here we are. Before I say goodbye to IVM, let me say our closing line for the last time for now. If you like this podcast, then do not forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on our IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing.